From IsReal News, this is the evening briefing for Thursday, February 26th. The United States and Iran are expected to hold another round of nuclear talks next week following negotiations in Geneva that both sides described as constructive. Omani Foreign Minister Saeed Badr al-Busaidi said significant progress was made, and Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi said discussions entered serious elements of a potential agreement, including nuclear activity and sanctions relief. This comes as Washington maintains a substantial military buildup in the region amid earlier threats of possible strikes. Technical-level meetings are scheduled to begin Monday in Vienna under the framework of the International Atomic Energy Agency. Araghchi said the talks have reached a level of detail that requires structured technical discussion. The development follows months of indirect exchanges mediated by Oman. Assessments of the negotiations remain mixed. While a U.S. official described the talks as positive, reporting from the Wall Street Journal said the sides remain far apart on key issues. Israeli officials speaking to Hebrew-language media outlets indicated gaps remain wide, particularly on dismantling nuclear infrastructure and transferring enriched uranium out of Iran. This occurs amid continued uncertainty over whether diplomacy can produce a durable agreement. According to Israeli television reporting, the United States is demanding dismantlement of major nuclear facilities at Fordo, Natanz, and Isfahan, as well as the removal of enriched uranium stockpiles from Iran. Iranian media reports say Tehran has rejected proposals to transfer uranium abroad or permanently halt enrichment. The discussions take place during long-standing disputes over verification, enrichment limits, and sanctions relief. Despite the diplomatic activity, U.S. military deployments continue. The aircraft carrier USS Gerald Ford is expected to arrive near Israel within the coming day after departing Crete. The move reflects sustained American force positioning in the eastern Mediterranean as negotiations proceed. Former Israeli hostage Matan Angrest told Channel 12 that he was tortured and electrocuted during more than 2 years in Hamas captivity. Angrest described being beaten and subjected to electric shocks while restrained and questioned about military service details. The interview follows ongoing public accounts by released hostages detailing conditions in captivity. Israeli President Isaac Herzog spoke with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy on the 4th anniversary of Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Herzog conveyed condolences for loss of life and noted Israel's humanitarian assistance and support in a recent United Nations General Assembly vote. The call comes as international diplomatic efforts continue to seek an end to the conflict. Israel's foreign ministry has donated more than 100 generators to Ukraine, deployed following discussions about power shortages. In addition, Israel's Ministry for Diaspora Affairs announced a 4 million shekel aid package to assist the Jewish community in Ukraine amid infrastructure disruptions. This occurs as winter energy challenges persist in parts of the country. In New York City, the City Council held a nearly 10-hour hearing on proposed legislation that would create buffer zones around houses of worship and schools to distance protesters from entrances. The revised bill leaves the size of any buffer zone to police discretion. The hearing follows concerns about anti-Semitic incidents and debates over balancing security and First Amendment protections. Separately, a longtime Jewish teacher at the United Nations International School in New York has filed a lawsuit alleging the school failed to address reports of anti-Semitism and retaliated against her. This, according to JNS. The complaint, filed in New York Supreme Court, alleges a hostile work environment and constructive termination. The development takes place amid broader national scrutiny of anti-Semitism in educational institutions. That's the evening briefing from IsReal News.